Hello guys, this is Prime Concept. In this video, we want to still considering coordinate geometry. So particularly want to consider parallel and perpendicular lines. Parallel and perpendicular lines. So if you have two lines that are parallel, how do you get the equation of one line having known the equation of the other, right? So you have a line like this, which is line AB, and the equation of this line AB is known. Then you have another line which is parallel to AB. You can see these two are parallel, right? So you have a line CD which is parallel to line AB. Now, since you know the equation of line AB, can you use what you have known for AB to find the equation of the line CD? So that's what we mean by parallel and perpendicular lines. Now, say you have a line like this, which is, let's say, EF. Now, you can see that line EF is perpendicular to line AB. Can we find the equation of line EF having known the equation of line AB? So that is what we want to look at in this video. So we want to learn how to find the equation of a line that is parallel to another line, the equation of a line that is perpendicular to another line, just like what I've illustrated with this diagram, right? So let's see what we can do. Now, one thing you should understand is that if one line is parallel to another line, it simply means that their slope is going to be what? Is going to be the same. Of course, to get the equation of a line, you need to know the slope of a line, right? Yes. So the first point I want you to note is that if two lines are parallel, their slopes are equal. So this is a point to note. So if I have line AB and it is parallel to line CD, it means that the slope of line AB will be exactly the same thing as the slope of line CD, because of course, because they are parallel, by simple geometry knowledge, you will know that since the two lines are parallel, they should have the same slope, right? Yes, but then we want to prove this to see how we can get what we have claimed actually. Now, from what we did, if you recall, from the formula we generated in our previous video, we were able to arrive at tan theta equals, we said this is going to be m2 minus m1, all divided by 1 plus m2 m1. We derived this in our previous video. So that if two lines are parallel, of course, you know the angle between the two lines is going to be what? You are very correct. It's going to be 0. So that when I place 0 here for theta, I will have tan 0 equals m2 minus m1, all divided by 1 plus m2 m1. So that you know that tan 0 is actually 0. So I would have 0 equals m2 minus m1, all divided by 1 plus m2 m1, right? Now, if I cross multiply, you'll notice that 1 plus m2 m1 would multiply this to give 0, so that I can have that 0 is equal to m2 minus m1, because when you cross multiply, this would multiply this and it becomes 0. So if you bring this to this other side, you'd simply have that m1 would be equal to what? m2. So this is the proof of the statement we have given here. If two lines are parallel to each other, their slopes would be what? Equal. So I believe this is clear. But one thing you should note also as an additional point is that if two lines are parallel, their intercepts are not necessarily equal. Their intercepts are not what? Necessarily equal, except those two lines are submerged on each other, which still means that they are parallel, right? But otherwise, their slopes are not, their intercepts are not necessarily what? Equal. So when two lines are parallel, the equal quantity for them at all time is what? their slope. So take note of that. Now, second point for perpendicular lines. If two lines are perpendicular, what do we know about them? Let me quickly write them. Write that. If two lines are perpendicular, comma, their slopes, or let's put it this way, two lines are perpendicular, the product of their slope is equal to -1. If two lines are perpendicular to each other, when you multiply their slope, it will give you -1, right? So how do we prove this, right? We're going to still use the same concept we used just now, knowing that tan theta is m2 minus m1, all divided by 1 plus m2 m1. So that if two lines are perpendicular, the angle between them is what? You are very correct, 90 degrees. So I would say tan 90 is equal to what? m2 minus m1, all divided by 1 plus m2 m1, right? And we know that tan 90 is what? Infinity. So I'm going to say infinity equals m2 minus m1, all divided by what? 1 plus m2 m1. So what will I do here? I'm going to simply take this to this side and take infinity under, so that I would have 1 plus m2 m1 equals m2 minus m1 divided by infinity. Now, I taught you in one of my videos that whenever you divide any number, with exception, whenever you divide any number by infinity, it's going to give you 0, and I explained the reason why, so I'll be using that. So this whole quantity on this right hand side would be 0, so that I have 1 plus m2 m1 equals 0. So if I make this the subject, I will have m2 m1 equals what? -1. So just like what we have explained, if two lines are perpendicular to each other, the product of their slope is what? Equal to -1. So these are 2 points you should also take note of. And then let me still do an addition here, that their intercepts are not what? Equal. When two lines are perpendicular, their intercepts are not the same, but the product of their slope is what? -1. So I believe this concept is very clear to you. In my next video, I'll be solving a problem under parallel and perpendicular lines. So do well to subscribe if you are yet to subscribe. Like this video so you can get to more persons, comment, and then share with 10 of your friends. Tell them this is Prime Concept. Thank you.